It's your job to kind of keep an eye on these guys, okay?
What?
It's your job to keep an eye on these guys.
Yeah.
Don't let them do things they shouldn't do. Like, they should be polite and all. Huh?
What's for dinner?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
Chili in a skillet. You like it?
Yeah. I was in the but I do. I'm not playing anymore. We're not playing anymore. And I made a water skier here. Woo! You're not recording. Shannon, move! You'll have to see me go off that thing.
I kind of figured I wouldn't be using it for a while.
I used to have padded swim tops, you know, and she's going, no, I don't want a padded one. Well, you know, I can understand.
Okay,
I
really
said,
figured.
so
Only if I did.
I saw this one and it was on sale, and I thought, well, I'm going to get it.
I
and
tried
I'll
on
show
one
it
that
to
I
her.
really
Well, we
liked,
went
but it
ahead
was
and
like
got this one
$58.
because it was about the only suit we tried on that even came close to fitting. And she had her one from last year, but she's grown so much in the trunk that, you know, it wasn't fitting well. And if she jumped in, it'd be up to her neck.
And Jimmy, Lane. Right here. Now, maybe we gotta cut these. No. This,
That leisure time is kind of pricey.
you put some of these together. Okay. Thank you for thoroughly staring at Can I see? It's on. Oh. For once. Not so close, Jake. Because she's like zoomed out all the way. It's not hard to zoom out when somebody's going. Here we are at our first step in camping. Oh, goody. How do you turn off the recording? You hit the red button again. But now I'm going to record my mom.
Oh, great.
Hi, Mom.
I'm hiding. I hate people to see me in my swimsuit.
How are you?
Totally embarrassed.
Where's my towel? Got Jake's slapping mosquitoes. Ow! And slapping me. Come here. I got one.
I'm Batman.
Dave, you look like you're serious.
I know.
Supplicate.
Thinking about swimming. Are you guys ready to go back? What about you, Sarah? Are you?
Do we have both of the
Ow! Ow!
Do we have both of the suitcases in there? Yours and Jake's?
I don't know. Heck, we can watch this tonight. Yeah, sure.
Oh, God.
And this is the inside of our town as soon as my mom moves.
Bring it to me. I'll change down there.
I did.
I'm looking at the bag. Hi.
How you doing?
Fine.
Having fun?
I am having a good time,
Good.
except I don't like my picture taken.
This is our first day camping. We're camping at KOA.
Cooler?
No. Here comes Uncle Steve carrying off the cooler. He's stealing the cooler filled with these on the water. It's all slippery. Slide around. You're like on your knees. Lady. Oh, Dan is going to come down soon on the slide. I didn't do it. Who got squirted? He was
Okay, you need to come this way, away from the hard part of getting yourself down.
Ah, this is deep down.
Oh, we're going to hit you.
Really?
Oh, yeah? Oh, no way. Hi, Mommy. Hello. Come here, Louise.
In terms of how good it looks?
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember, this is all going to be in
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It just looks like black and white when you're looking for it.
Okay. Hello.
water, they just hover over.
Oh, I know. They did that one. He's over there.
Alligator, come on. Alligator, alligator, come on down.
Yes, I made it. Hey, you're right. Once you leave, you're up. Ready? Wait, I'm going down here. Okay, call it.
Alligator, come on down.
Go over.
Elton, can I see the Spartan? Elton, Elton,
right
can I just see the Spartan, please? I want to see my sister.
Actually took a lot of practice. Yeah, I'll probably fall down and hurt myself.
I'll keep you away from the edge. You'll push your son out first. Maybe you're right. But I've heard people do the Grand Canyon. They go out here. You just shut your eyes.
Take those stairs down.
You go down and you come out down there. Down right below us, I think.
No, you go down to the
Yeah. We don't.
You didn't have to walk the steps. I don't think those steps
See those
have been
steps?
used. Yeah, I don't think they've been
Where
used.
are there steps down here?
Right where the cave comes out, just to
Oh.
the left, there's steps that probably led up here. I didn't bring the camera because I don't have a flash. But, no, you gotta wait for the good. Huh? She's coming. But they took those out, so we don't have those anymore. I don't know. I was a kid when I did that, so I don't know if the price went up or down. It's supposed to went up like everything else. You've already been introduced to our one resident of the upper part of the cave, the pigeons. It's a good idea not to look up with your mouth open when they're going by, so be careful. They do have a nest up here, so they will come down. They did come down the other day and land on some old girl's head, but they didn't hurt her. She just wanted to protect her baby. Okay, I want to tell you a little bit about the cave before you go in. My name is Shirley, and I'm going to be your guide. As anybody been here? Oh, you have been here before. So who then discovered Lewis and Clark Caverns? Anybody know? Lewis and Clark. Lewis and Clark was in this area in 1805 and again in 1806, and it was their custom to divide up into two groups when they explored. They spent the night down here on the Jefferson River. They broke up the next morning. One group followed the river, and the next group went up and over what this is called Cave Mountain. However, it's never documented in any of their journals that they found the caverns, so we don't think they know that they were here. They just didn't find them. The caverns were discovered in 1892 by two local men, over 70 years later. Their name was Tom Williams and Bert Cannell. They were in this area and they were hunting for deer. It snowed the night before, and I don't know if you've seen the little hole up here. It was called the Discovery Hole. There was no snow on that spot of the mountain, and they became curious, thought they'd come over and take a look and see why there was no hole there. No snow there. They came over and they found the hole. They dropped some rocks down the hole, and they knew they had discovered something deep. So they said that they would come back later. However, it wasn't until 6 years later that Williams came back by himself, well, not without Purnell. He brought other guys with him. And they lowered themselves by the use of ropes down the Discovery Hole 90 feet below to the bottom of the pit and discovered the caves. For the next couple of years, Williams actually brought people up here and took little tours through here. But he knew he'd found something pretty spectacular, and he thought he'd like to develop it better, so more people could see what only a few had already seen. So with that in mind, he approached a man by the name of Dan Morrison. If he came in from the western way, coming west, you see a great big huge hole in the rocks down here. That was Dan Morrison's lime quarry. He was a miner, he was a prospector, and he had experience with caves and stuff like that. So he came up, took a look at the caverns, and thought he could make some money by investing into them. So he started investing into them, and in 1901 he took out a full-page ad in the Anaconda Standard paper, which is a Montana paper, telling about the caverns and about his plans to open them to the public. His publicity reached all the way to St. Louis, it reached the East Coast, and it reached all the way to Europe. It also reached the desk of the Northern Pacific Railroad. Upon investigation, the Northern Pacific Railroad said that they own this property, and Dan Morrison filed for mineral rights, and they told him that he couldn't have mineral rights here. Well, a dispute broke out between Morrison and the landman, or the Northern Pacific Railroad, and the General Land Office was asked to make a decision, and they ruled for the railroad. Well, the railroad didn't want the caverns, so they asked the federal government if they would take it, and they said that they would. They were able to accept anything that was of historical or geological importance. So they took it, and now it was under the jurisdiction of the federal government and Yellowstone National Park. Well, this park didn't have any money, no access really, and at that time, President Roosevelt signed a proclamation naming this Lewis and Clark National Monument, and that's how the name became Lewis and Clark. Now, Yellowstone didn't want to fool with the cave, so they locked it up. They put a padlock on the Discovery Hole and told Morrison that he couldn't come in here. Well, Morrison had invested a lot of money in here, and he wasn't about to give that up. So every summer, Morrison came up here, broke the padlock off that the Yellowstone federal agents had put on, and put his own padlock on, and for the next 35 years, he conducted illegal tours through the caverns. He hired guides, he charged fees, and he did the whole thing until he died in 1932. And then the federal government still didn't want the caverns, so they asked the state of Montana. They approached the state of Montana and asked them if they would take it as a state park. We did not have a state park at that time, so we went ahead and accepted it under the condition that the federal government would give us the manpower to develop the caverns so it could be used for the public. So that's our history of our caves. It was known for a while as Morrison's Cave. It was known for a while as Lime Spur Cave. But they played around with different names and finally stuck with Lewis and Clark State Park. So that's what it is now, and that became a state park in 1936. Okay, anybody got any questions? If you have any questions while we're going through the cave, please feel free to ask me. I'll try my best to answer any questions you might have. We do have courts, have rules and regulations before we go into the cave. We cannot have gum and candy. And if you have gum, please dispose of it in this trash can right here before we go in. We ask that you do not litter in our caves. Whatever you bring in with you, please take out. Please do not blow your nose and drop your Kleenex. If you do blow your nose, please use your Kleenex. If you need to put a cough drop in your mouth, please leave it in your mouth and keep the wrappers in your pocket until we come out the bottom of the cave. We also have another regulation that we don't like you to touch our formations in the cave because we have oil on our hands. When we touch the formation, the oil from our hands gets onto the formation and then the formation stops growing. This cave is still a living and growing cave, so we ask you to please respect the caves as you go through. Okay, any questions? Okay, I'll put my coat on. See the back up there? Oh my God. I know, right here. Oh, wow.
Two clusters?
Yeah.
But I got the dot.
Right there, that big thing. Come on down. Start laying down. Here.
Cody, why don't you and Mark will stand behind that rock? Here? Right back there. Back. Preferably not with your head, though. Come on, lad. Come on.
We heard you guys laughing.
Did you hit your head at all?
Dripstone, stalactites, and stalagmites, which is dripstone. And we have erratic formations, and we have another little tiny formation called stalactites. You turn around, look behind you. This is called a tapestry wall. This is a perfect example of slowstone. Slowstone is created by water coming over this and dripping and moving very slowly over these rocks at a very slow rate and calcite on the end of the formation before it falls to the floor. If, however, this formation gets plugged up with silt or something, then the water goes out and over the edge of it, and they start to grow and become bigger formations like this. Now, when a stalagmite and a stalactite come together, what do we call them? A column. Oh, you guys are so good. And here's a column over here, indicating maybe a lot of water flow, fast water flow to form the bottom. And that's why the top is smaller than the bottom, because the water was flowing faster. There's a column right there. Here we have a lot of stalagmites back here. We've got a big column back there, too. This big column right here is called a fallen idol. This fell, and it fell from right up here on the ceiling. And the scientists figure it fell 10,000 years ago. This is its base right here, and this is the regrowth. This regrowth right here, that little stud, is 10,000 years old. So that you can see how slow moving the water is coming through the cracks above. This is a growing stalagmite because it's fed by water up above. See the water drifting up there really rapidly? So this will grow up and it will not grow to the ceiling because it's going too fast. So these are dripstones, and behind you we have an example of flowstone. Okay, now we have to use our imagination a little bit while we're in here. Has anybody been to Yellowstone National Park?
Yes.
What did you see there that was very famous? Old Faithful. We have our own little Old Faithful right here. See, it's just spouting off. Right there is our Old Faithful. Okay, and we also have some fairy tale characters in here. Right up here is Snow White. Right up there, in the long flowing grass sitting at the end, that formation right there. And going down there is all the seven dwarfs. Okay, now what else is in the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs story? The witch. And we have to have our witch. And there's our witch. Right there. See her with a little hat on and a cape on. Pretty cool. That is our witch. So Snow White's right up there, the seven dwarfs and the witch. Okay, we also have a shark in our cave. For those of you who are from California, we have a shark too. There he is, right there, with a big large fish coming down. Can you see him over there? Yeah. Okay. And now we have also our caves will not be complete without a soap opera. So, if we have any young lovers in our group that would like to give us their name, or old lovers, I don't care, somebody's name we can use for our soap opera? Skip. Eric and Skip. Okay. Eric and Skip. Skip being a little girl. Okay, we need, is Eric? Eric's a boy. Erica and Skip. Okay. Here is Erica and Skip. Now, Erica's there, leaning down. They are up here on Lover's Leap. She's kneeling there. Skip is behind her. He's a tall, straight young man with a crew cut. And they are contemplating getting married. However, Erica's family does not like Skip. They think Skip's a real loser, and they don't want Erica to marry him. So they came up here to Lover's Leap, and here's Lover's Leap, and they think, now, are we going to get married, or are we going to jump off of this rock and be happily ever after? Okay, as all good soap operas are, we have to continue this in the next room.
Bob. Oh.
Hello.
Bob.
It's also wisdom. How did it broken off? You just got to
so these build up to form either ribbon rock or what we call cave bacon. Also on this wall over here behind you is what we call cave popcorn. And you will see a lot of cave popcorn in the cavern. Cave popcorn is created, remember I told you calcite, these are all calcite formations. It's created as water seeps up through the formation, and it cannot run, it cannot drip because it's moving so slow, so it seeps up and just sits there like you would perspire, and it just sits there, the calcite forms, and then another water comes up and just sits there. But due to hydrostatic pressure in the formation itself, it cannot drip and it cannot run, so slow. So then as it builds up, it forms what we call clusterites or cave popcorn, or sometimes they call it cave grapes. So that's what that's, and you'll see a lot of that going through the cave. Okay, now I told you the state of Montana said they would accept this as a state park if they gave them the manpower to help them. Your question? Well, let's see. Where is it? 50 years have gone by. Skip is an old man now. You can see he has a long flowing beard. He's got a hunch on his back. And Erica is there in a wheelchair. She's got a little shawl on her shoulders, a bun in her hair. And they have been married for 50 years. So they recently got married and they've been living quite happily up until the time that Erica fell and broke her hip, and now she was in the wheelchair. And she's been awful darn cranky. So Skip brought her up here on top of a lover's leaf to celebrate their 50th anniversary right after he took out a big, huge life insurance policy on her. Now, if you will watch their shadows, you will see what Skip has in mind for Erica. Oh, Skip! Oh, Skip! There he goes. Is he going to push her? Is he? Nah, he's going to bring her. Nah, she's really been cranky. I won't bring her over. Okay, Skip, what are you going to do with her? No, you got to bring her back. We have to have happy endings. Everybody in here? Everybody in. Okay. Does anybody know where we're at? I don't.
You're looking for a camera still.
You're the guy, aren't you?
If you guys don't know, I don't know. Actually, we're at the bottom of the pit. Remember when you came down those stairs, you looked over the rail and you looked down here. This was when you saw the little piece of dirt at the bottom. Now, remember I told you we have these guys that like to hide out and do all kinds of crazy things. Well, the other day we had the two guys. They come up here, they took their jackets off, and they twisted their jackets all in their sleeves and all discombobulated figures, and they laid down here, and they were there like this. And when the people came down the stairs, they looked down there, and here's these two guys laying down here at the bottom of the pit. So we keep it interesting for our group. However, they're not here today, darn. They kind of like to hide out and scare us once in a while. This room is where the spiral staircase ended. It started up here. This is the opening right up there. And it started up there, and it came down and passed through the walls and came and landed here. This is the only room in the caverns where there was a man who was critically injured. His name was Norfleet Fitzpatrick. Say that 3 times fast. And he was on the spiral staircase cleaning off the pigeon and the bat doo-doo, and he lost his footing and he fell 90 feet. He did not, however, die in the caverns. They did get him to the hospital, but he did die 3 days later. So that was the only fatality in the history of the cave. So that's pretty good. If you look above you now, you'll notice that there's formations on this side of the room, but there's no formations on this side of the room. This is called a cave lifeline. There's no formations on this side of the room because it's solid rock on this side. This is a limestone layer still on this side, and this is solid rock. So that's why you see no formations there. We do have impurities in the limestone that come through once in a while, and you see them right up here. These are called chert nodules. They do not grow. They just grow like those little bumps there, and that's all they do. sometimes there'll be like a plate of it too that hasn't, you know, that aren't bumped. They'll be kind of just flat, but they kind of look crystal-like inside. You know how you take a tree and you cut it in half and you can see the lifeline and see how old the tree is? Well, we also have rings in our formations up here. You can see there's brown and white rings in the formation. The brown indicates that we've had a wet season in the cavern, and the white indicates that we've had a dry season. This does not tell us how old the formation is. I also mentioned in the last room, in the cathedral room, about halictites. These are halictites right there, little tiny white growths right there. They defy all gravity. They're caused by hydrostatic pressure or tensile pressure in the formation itself. When it starts to grow, instead of growing downward like it should be growing, it just defies gravity and starts growing up, and it twists around, and it just curls and twists. And when you go down these stairs that we're about to go down, right by that light, you'll see a lot of real white formations there. There's a whole bunch of halictites in there. You can see them a little closer. They're very fragile, and some of them break off very easily. So we try not to touch them. Of course, you're not close enough to touch them anyway, even when you go down the stairs, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, question. We are halfway through the cavern. And if you look back on this wall over here, right in there, you'll see all those formations are broken.
They look like bamboo.
Yeah, they do look like bamboo coming down there. And actually, the reason they're broken is because the CCC workers thought maybe that they could find another room in there. So they broke the formations off, went back in there, 3 feet in. It was solid rock, and they didn't find any room at all, so they were in the doghouse. So it is called doghouse formation. While the CCC workers were here, they were camped right down the road here at the Hood Park, and they had their barracks down there. A lot of the CCC workers was from back east, where there's a lot of caverns, and they were really good about mapping and surveying the area. So they did all the mapping that we have today, and they did all the surveying also. So we were kind of lucky to have them because they knew how to do that stuff. The next room that we are going to go through is called the Garden of the Gods. It is the longest room in the caverns, and it's mostly all stairs going down. When you get to the bottom of the second or third stairs, there's a crystal pool. I'll point it out to who's behind me, and then you can just kind of point it back. That's right, that's him. And the crystal pool is 4 feet deep, it's 12 feet wide, and it's 48 degrees. In the olden days, they were able to throw money into the pool like pennies. You know how they do that everywhere you go. But we're not allowed to do that anymore. They've cleared the pennies out of there. And because of the money sitting in that pool and the chemicals in that water, it has turned the water kind of a bluish green. And it really is really pretty. It should be a clearer color, but it isn't. Now they're hoping that it clears up again. Okay, anybody got any questions? Before we leave here, we're... No, I can't do that already. We have real white on that wall behind you over there. We have brown, we have gold colors, and it's all because of the impurities in the water that it picks up that comes through the cracks, the sediment above the limestone. This brown waterfall and a lot of the other ones in here picks up iron oxide, which is common rust. 3/4 of 1% is all it takes to turn this color. So this is our brown waterfall. Over here we have political falls. We call this political falls because we have an elephant's ear right here. Right down there we have donkey ears, and right up here we have Ross Perozzi. That's still growing, by the way. Dan Morrison, when he conducted a tour, you started out from the river. You brought your lunch. You hiked for 12 hours. This tour took to came up, you got on a spiral staircase, you went down to the bottom of the pit, you got off the spiral staircase, and with a candle and a rope, you found your way down to this room, you had your lunch, and you turned around and you went back out the same way you came in. It took 12 hours for his journey. So Dan Morrison never saw what you were about to see beyond here because he stopped here and never went any farther. We don't know why, whether he went on his own or not, we don't know. But anyway, this was the end of his tour right here. I'd like to show you what it was like. You did it by candlelight, holding on to a rope and your candle at the same time. Imagine that was quite a job. But you can see how much you got to see with a candle. Now in the winter time, and just before Christmas and just after Christmas, they offered candlelight tours through the cavern. And you can take a candlelight tour if you live in the area, and if the roads are open, of course, to get up here, because if we have a lot of snow, you might not get up here. And it's really neat when you come down the Garden of the Gods, and you've got 35, 40 people, all with candles in their hand, and you turn around and you look, it is really spectacular through there. Now, if you are still away from the stairs, I would like to show you what it's like to be in complete darkness. This is a good opportunity for you to get acquainted with somebody you don't know, or maybe somebody you like really well, so this is your chance. Okay. Turn it back on.
I know it is. I think this is the Neapolitan.
Yeah.
That's a cat.
Neapolitan being Neapolitan.
Careful, Dave.
And I heard like something about bridal veil.
Bridal veil and Neapolitan. That's the one there, right there.
That's the Neapolitan thing, supposedly.
Turn around and walk all the way down the steps, please. Where's Bridal Veil? Oh.
I said it for you.
Yeah. I'll be lucky if I don't fall. Yes, it is. I'm sorry.
Brown veil, brown veil. Watching it.
Not so much iron oxide. However, we like to think that it's this chocolate color because there's a little boy right there with his hat on backwards eating a 16 scoop of double Dutch chocolate ice cream cone, and it is melting down the side. Okay, a few formations over here I'd like to show you. Does anybody have any idea which way is north? I got you all mixed up now, don't I? Well, actually, I don't want to get change the camera. Actually, this is north, and I can prove it because this is the North Pole column. And we know it's the North Pole column because Santa Claus sits right there. There's Santa. See him?
Yeah.
Over here we have Red Riding Hood's forest. See the trees? All over here, and Grandma's chimney is sticking right out there. Down here we have Babe Ruth's baseball bat. It's a smooth formation because a lot of water has run over it rapidly, and it didn't drip, it ran, so it built up, and it's smooth because of the fast amount of water. Next to that, we have two Japanese sumo wrestlers sitting right here. And over here, we have the Leaning Tower. And over here, we have the bachelor's kitchen with a big bucket of soap suds and all the dirty dishes. Okay, now this. So please just wave right by or blow on the tip. Don't touch it. And go to the left and wait for me, and then I'm right there at the bottom of the stairs. They started from the outside and drilled and blasted in. The tunnel is 538 feet long. After they got the tunnel built, they put a door on it, and if it's colder outside the cave, outside than it is in the cave, or it's warmer outside than it is in the cave, when the door was opened, a huge wind come through here, and it took a couple guys to close the door. So they have to put another door on there, creating an air lock. So when we go to the first door, I'm going to shut the first door, or the back door here, and you'll hear a big boom. And I don't want you to get scared or anything. But it is quite a big boom because it's an airlock. Please stop at the other door so I can let you out, open the other door for you and let you out. And I will kind of pass you as we're going through the tunnel. The last formation in our caverns is right up here.
That's the way it's supposed to look.
With sandals on.
Go kind of slow so you don't move too fast.
On cracked ground. Yeah, that's 3 foot. Now he's taking minerals.
No, he lost his shoe because something.
Can I? Let me see.
Oh, can I get a picture of this guy over here? Okay, you ready? I'm going to zoom in on him. Can you see him better?
Yeah. He's stepping on cracked ground. Very smart. Zoom way in.
Did you get him in the picture there, Jake?
Oh, yep, I see him.
You see him? We zoomed in on him.
Can you see? Yeah, I see him. When you take the movie out, does it look in color?
Yes, it looks really nice. We'll have to play it when we get somewhere.
What an idiot.
It's supposed to be there, I don't think.
下雨，我要走了。下雨了。
Sour Lake. No, Sour Lake. Sour. S-O-U-R Lake. Is that right?
Sour.
Sour Lake. Let's go almost completely dead like that. Then it does these big ones. It goes almost completely flat and then it goes back up.
Those bones that we saw, it just doesn't look like it would be enough. There was enough there. The lake is exactly like this. Not really. Actually, they look a little bit smaller to her. It might have been like maybe a moose. So that rumbling is waves splashing against caverns in there.
Yep, way down low.
Here comes the big one.
Yeah, there's probably certain times where it's a little more active.
Probably goes with the tides. Probably where the stories No.
now it's recording and I'm recording Uncle Steve. Now I'm recording my breakfast last week. What?
And it's slowly crying.
In my face.
Shot at it.
Wait a minute. Well, Steve, how many pictures I
She comes over this way. Jake, get it. Very nervous.
Okay, the first off the new walker. Around my neck. Around my neck.
Be careful, Jake.
I didn't have a look, and then you will have a turn.
Have a 2-hour look.
You know.
Oh, Tessa.
Hi.
No, that's not the
No. Forget what the local call.
Yeah, the upper and the lower ball.
We'll work through that to see if it's
I think so.
Yeah.
So, how is it? I would like to look at it when you're done. Okay.
Red.
Are you video calling this? Pretty.
I couldn't get down, I got
It's gonna look like nothing.
It's cold in here.
way up there.
I nailed you right in the leg.
Oh, record. I thought you said report. I was trying to, I can understand the bear. Chipmunks.
Hey, dog!
Look close up.
It looks a lot bigger.
Every little hair on it?
Yeah, pretty much.
I
What
can't
color are his
stand
eyes,
it.
Jake?
Can't stand it. They're black. Can I look when you're done? They blend in with his stripes.
You know what did Uncle Steve tell you about work
Squirrel.
this?
Jake, come on. Here I come. It's kind of really tough. Jake, stand on the rock. Careful. There you go.
There's auto repairs. You should walk over and see if they have
A new RV. We'd like to trade
Gas
this
cap.
one in on one that works.
Well, it seems to work. It just has a few minor details. Problem.
Right there?
Yeah, the big fat one.
Oh.
But I would think that you would have one right here. There's
How
another
many
one.
pictures does this film? How many
Another
pictures
one.
does this have, Mom? 36 pictures! Oh, cool. What is he? Oh, cool. Hey, bud, come here. Come here, I'll show you something. Come here.
Oh, it's
Come here.
the...
Look. Oh, there's two more over there.
Yeah, there he is. Lucian. Oh, there's another one coming running all the way over. See? We can grab some. The Lucian.
I did. I got a picture of him. Drew, look. There he is. He's sitting up and trying to get more.
Andrew.
No, you stay here. You stay with us. Yeah.
I know an old Facebook page.
Andrew, stay here. Begins, and in the eruption, water is expelled faster than it entered the geyser's plumbing system at depth. As the eruption continues, the heat and pressure gradually decrease. The eruption stops when the water reservoir is exhausted or when the gas bubbles diminish enough to be able to rise to the water column without ejecting it. Fountain-type geysers generally shoot water out in various directions.
Do you think there's a place where tells what last year I did it?
There probably is someplace around here.
It was named for its consistent performance at 9 to 12 minutes with human race of 1 to 4 birds, sometimes reaching 200. So I think this is the answer. But see, they all have different, like this one has the largest comb, which is the bill.
tallest guys?
And its height of water, how far high it shoots.
No, just that sentence where it says it's the tallest guys. I can't tell what it is. I bet it's the grand.
So we need to keep that so we can...
Well, I got it all ready.
Okay.
Okay.
In 10 minutes.
Someone said that there was one on the boardwalk.
There was.
No, he wasn't on the boardwalk. He just climbed up on this little thing right here. And then he jumped off.
Okay. Looks like we can do quite a bit of walking here. We're at Faithful, so you can walk around by the lodge, and you can go back here and do these ones. You can go completely around. Then actually we can do that, and then we can come back along here and do all this stuff, and then come down and do Daisy and Punchbowl Springs, and then come back and come back on this side, Castle Geyser, go back around like that. But we're gonna want to be, but I brought one thing of water, so we'll have water to keep us going. You said they were Yucca something?
Yeah. It was one of the animals we had to identify. It's spelled U-I-N-T-A, and I Utah, maybe it's a Utah ground squirrel.
A Yucca ground squirrel?
Anyways,
Big squirrel.
it's known for standing up on its back.
Yep, that's it. It's a Utah ground squirrel. That's a Utah ground whale.
Utah ground squirrel?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll be able to mark that off on your little ranger book.
And I can mark off this one.
Yeah, did you see a trumpeter soon?
No, I saw a Canadian goose.
So you wonder why, the... Get ready.
Yeah? It's on.
Okay. You may have to turn it up, down, way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the... It's only shooting out steam.
So be patient. It's gonna shoot
It
up
started.
there. It is.
Like
No, not yet.
Go. Oh, look at the whole brown girl. He's looking new. There's some fucking...
Yeah.
Right there. Can I take a picture of him? Oh, shoot.
Watch out, Jim. She's trying to take a picture of the guys.
It would be prettier with the blue
Take a picture
background.
of him, please. Can I take another one, Mom? Hi, look at him.
Yeah.
I want to take a picture of him.
Make sure he's in the square.
Okay, got it.
I don't think this one
No, I
I do. You think they're the same thing, but they just...
These are babies. These are babies.
I think that's just an old one. It's pretty big. That's a huge one.
I know.
But his tail and general makeup's pretty much the same.
Can I take another one, Mommy?
No. I don't think like it. Oh, darn, that guy's fast.
That guy just standing.
That one just staring at all the people. Probably waiting for someone to beat him. Yeah, pretty blue.
Yeah.
I know, I saw it. Okay, that's it. So that one lasts about a minute. A minute and a half is what it says.
Oh.
Is that right?
When I'm done.
Hey.
Jake, you're standing in front of the video.
It smells like eggs. Sulfur smells good. Smells good. That's because it's sulfur. I want to go to the school. There's another little one here. I just don't know. I don't know. Look at that little one over there. Snake, that little like grinning little stuff. So, but we already had that.
I think there's hot water coming in over there. This one's beehive, and it only erupts every 1 to 10 days, but when it does, it's really spectacular. It's like a fire nozzle. It goes shooting straight up. It's over there, on the other side where the people are standing over there. That nod, that
Walk by.
that's what looks like a rock.
Okay. Beehive drive.
Yeah, it looks like a little beehive. Across from the whole. Yeah.
Walk down.
You can look at it through the binoculars. Yeah, we will.
यहाँ पे एक और चीज़ है देखो
Yeah.
वो है
Beehive guys are okay.
doing if I go down?
Not hot.
Yeah. Can we go look at that?
That.
From there.
That we're about the same distance as the people on the bridge.
So it's, but yeah, but we can't see that little bubbly thing. as well. So we can see it when we go over there. We have all these things to look at. It begins with an 80-foot tall sheet of water, and then it goes down.
That then gets off over there like that, and then over here and just go that way. But I thought we could go like this, so we could come down here and then we can walk across that way. Right.
Well, right. I might.
Double check.
I had some yesterday.
I know, but I always have to hold it up. It's fine.
Did I turn on the camera? Not quite yet. The batteries are low. Ours is like practically no on the game. It's okay if I right now turn it off?
Ready to take it. They'll have a...
Do we have to have a flash or something? No, I still don't have a flash. Hey, Steve. Steve.
Well, when you have high
Steve, would you go over there with me?
What do you want to do?
I want to go over there on the bridge.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Look at that, babe.
Look at that, Dave.
Just now, not breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that bacteria stuff that's like growing, and they think that it and it eats stuff. It produces its own food, and they found that it eats oil.
A certain type.
Yeah.
Which will be very like useful. Well, Mom, if it doesn't go off, can I just take a picture of it? I have it on my See, I think I might want to take a picture. That one's really hard. They're fighting!
Oh, now it's getting physical.
Hey!
Now. Stop it!
Did we get the snappy picture? Carrots. Come on, giggles. I want to get a picture of all of us in front of that.
What are you going to do when a boy puts his arm around you and you're going to start giggling? Or she'll fall off the walk. Hey, can we fill the water? No.
Sandbags! Sandbags! Freaky. It's pretty warm water. What? Oh, yeah! Oh, no, that's not that bad.
Ooh, that feels good. Yeah. Ouch.
It's the right temperature for a bath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just jump in and take that bath we haven't had for 5 days.
What the heck is that?
Oh, this is so pretty.
Okay.
Oh, ouch.
I'll shoot. Everyone get over there and we'll do a still and a
Do a fade in.
fade in.
Fader's on.
Okay.
Mom, you gotta be in here. It's a baseball player. Don't take it yet. It's a baseball player. It's a baseball field. You just have to start recording. And
Okay.
then same thing. Later.
Everybody wave and say hi. This is Opal Springs. Opal Terrace.
It's Mammoth Hot Springs, isn't it?
No, this is called Opal Terrace.
Oh, okay.
Jay?
Start recording?
Yeah.
Oh. Do you like the fade in?
Well, I don't know how it's going to work. Can you shut it off?
No, you do the recording.
Well, I already was recording when you came up and pushed the button.
Oh. Well, then does it still say fader in there?
Yeah?
Okay, then
Trying
shut
to
it off.
route it, and I thought they didn't like to do that, but you see it's going down into...
It's on standby.
Look how green that is over there. Look at the acid.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa.
If you look down on it,
Okay, everything's
it almost looks like a topographical map.
There used to get some glasses like that. Okay, I can't see any. Yep, there's the diamond. Man! There's the waterfall! Hi. You kind of look like Madonna with brown hair. She wears glasses like that. Drew Barry wears glasses. Oh, these are purple. They look really stupid on him. He says I look like Madonna. He wears glasses. Hey, you guys go across? No. That down there. No, I didn't even look. I was looking. Spotted that.
You didn't see the box for getting it?
Yes, I spotted it.
Map of this area.
I did too. I spotted it from way from I spotted that thing. I go, what is that? All the way back here. Jake has come on. I know. But I'm telling Jake, I saw it.
Yeah, I zoomed all the way in on him.
Alex!
I don't think they even know there's enough there. They don't look at them.
That's not
I
very
think got up and charged them.
No,
There's only about
Like
3 or 4 years ago.
She? Or did you say he? Ow. Like sunglasses went like this? I went like this.
Weird colors. They're not safe.
Oh, this could. No, it wouldn't be fun. I'd look, you know, what, 6 feet.
I mean, it's like warm water, but it's not. Oh yeah, the boiling water. accident.
What is going
Me
on?
and the garbage.
That's that evening waterfall. Hey, Dad, did you get the waterfall?
Not yet. Okay.
Dad, take your picture because I don't know for you. Come on, it's here.
Because when I was in the binoculars now, there's got to be a bridge.
It goes back that way. And there's a trail that goes along here too, but nothing seems to be identified. And you've got trees across too. Which way do we go? This way. go down below.
Just now. He's trying to stand up or get on his back. I'm not sure which. There he goes. Oh, what a scream. Let's mosey.
Because I think we're like not even 20 yards away from that thing.
Don't do anything to alarm him. Like fall down.
He's just sitting there.
Refuses to entertain us.